So these are called ND Planet in-ear monitors, and they have been making a lot of buzz recently, mainly because they are targeted at entry-level audiophile segment. So the base variant starts at 1260. It doesn't come with a microphone, and this variant that I have comes with a mic and is priced at 1370. And then you also have the Type-C options that come with and without the microphone, so you have to pay a couple of rupees extra for that. So the box contents are very standard at this particular price point. You have the in-ear monitors on the top, some extra pair of ear tips, a cable, a user manual which I'm sure no one is gonna read, and a warranty card. I was really surprised with the quality of cable that they have given with this one, because the cable is very lightweight and it also feels very sturdy. And if you look at this quality of microphone, so it comes in a dual tone finish, which you cannot expect at this particular price point. Mainly you get plastic sort of microphones with this, and the buttons and everything are very clicky and very tactile, so a really good quality cable at this particular price point. So starting off with the design and build quality, so these IEMs seem to be inspired by galaxy, solar system and all that stuff, and they have this universe kind of vibe. And I really appreciate that when most of the companies just create a transparent shell and put in the drivers inside for you to watch the internals, here they went a step ahead with a unique concept. And that concept actually at that entry level price point, this is something really very unique when it comes to design and appearance of these IEMs. Overall, the housing of these IEMs is made from resin, and resin makes it actually extremely lightweight. And I use these IEMs continuously for 2 to 3 hours for watching a movie, and everything was super comfortable. I didn't had any sort of pain issues or anything, so the IEMs are really very comfortable to wear. And if you look at the design, so it doesn't have any sort of sharp edges and corners, and overall the stuff is like everything is very ergonomically designed. And when it comes to technical specifications, these IEMs have 12mm beryllium plated dynamic drivers inside with dual magnetic circuit design. The impedance is around 32 ohms and sensitivity is around 112, so you will be easily able to drive these IEMs with your smartphone. And as the sensitivity and impedance values are within the set range or parameters, so you don't need any sort of DAC to actually, you won't need any sort of DAC at an initial level to use it with your smartphone or a PC or something. You definitely don't need it. But just in case you are looking for any 3.5mm to Type-C converter to use it with your smartphone, you can go for something like this from Audiocular. And just in case you really want a DAC, so you can go with this kind of dongle DACs. This one is from Audiocular and this is called D7. I actually reviewed this a couple of months back. And just in case you are looking for any HI-RES DAC, so you can go for something like this, which is from the Fosi Audio. Now, first of all, the thing is that if you are watching this video and you're looking forward to buy these ND Planet, so you definitely have a couple of other IEMs in your mind, which is probably the KZedx Pro X and KZedx Pro, and also the Audiocular Lex, because they also come in a very similar price point. So first of all, the thing is that I usually see that whenever people are making their transition from a normal dynamic driver earphone to an IEM, the first observation is the IEMs are not giving me a good bass. So if you are someone who wants to make that transition and who wants to make that transition easy for you to digest and absorb, so you can definitely go with these ND Planet, because the kind of bass they have, the kind of boom and kick and punch that you will get out of these, it's very comparable to a normal earphone. The only thing is that the kick and punch was slightly on a lower side, but they were kind of little boomy. And when it comes to the mid frequencies, so male and female voices were really onto the point, and I didn't had any sort of issues related to listening to dialogues like when I was watching any movie or listening to any song. So all that is like well integrated. And also when it comes to instrument separation in the high frequency, so that was really onto the point. Now definitely I don't expect a lot of thing out of these 1300 rupees IEM, but definitely, like, I would say that overall these are kind of an all-rounder IEMs. But on the contrary, if you are looking forward to buy the KZedx Pro or KZedx Pro X and you want to buy these after ditching your normal dynamic driver earphone, so that transition is not going to be smooth, because these two IEMs are much more detailed in the high frequency region and it's not going to give you a good bass. That is something you should know. If you look at the frequency response, so the bass is slightly on a higher side. You can already see that from the graph, and the frequencies around 4 to 6000 kilohertz are also on the rise, which means good vocals and male and female voices and all that stuff will come in that region. And the region between 10,000 and 20,000 kilohertz is your details in the high frequency, so you don't see a lot of spikes in that region. It's very smooth, so it means that less amount of details in that particular region. Here is a sample of microphone and comparison between the KZedx series and the ND Planet. I'll count EDX Pro and Pro X into one for this particular comparison. And also want to mention that Audiocular Lex, if you haven't watched that video, that IM is also a very good option at this particular price point. It comes with a superior build quality, and overall the design is very compact, so make sure to check that review as well. That's just all about the ND Planet. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
So this audio that you're listening to is coming from the ND Planet, and I just wanted to say that the position of microphone is exactly at the center from where the cable is dividing into left and right. So I just wish that the cable should have been on either one of the sides, that is left or right, for more convenience.